So this spread can be used to look at things that you feel have come through your childhood and are now blocking you. You may be doing a reading for a client and yourself, and you feel that why aren't I getting the goals? Why aren't I able to achieve what I wanted? You know, what is really holding me back? And it may come out that it's something to do with your past, with your childhood. So this is a way of looking in a little bit deeper and even coming to terms with events that happened in your childhood that still affect you now, or you may still have issues with. So this is quite deep work, and it has to be done slowly and with compassion and understanding for yourself. You will find that maybe other spreads will have to be created from the issues that arise during this spread to go deeper, to help you understand why it happened, how to move forward, to forgive. There's so many possibilities from the answers that will stem from the answers of what you find in this deck. This spread also may release and unlock memories and maybe emotions that may be too much for you. So it's very helpful to use journaling alongside these questions that go with the deck. So if you take the deck out and with your intentions, just sit for a moment and connect to the inner child within you. Perhaps for your comfort, you would like to put some music on in the background, maybe a comforting candle smell or some essence around the room, and just sit at a time where you know you're not going to be disturbed, and just connect into your inner child with your intention. So you just sit perhaps with your hand on your heart, connect to your breath, and just give yourself a moment to connect within. Have a pen and paper by your side so you can journal any thoughts and feelings that come through to you while you're doing the deck, but also afterwards, because this one may unlock and release some memories that you're ready to feel and think about now, so you can gradually work through these thoughts and memories. So I suggest doing this over a 21-day period. You can look at the same spread, every few days to see how the energy is moving. And you can also, again, when you've got these emotions that come in, how best to deal with them. What's my next step? What do I do to make myself feel better? How best to forgive anybody that's hurt me? So you can go and, you know, any questions that you have. So these cards are like your counselors, okay? And your best friends. So you can sit and talk to them, feel with them, and then write down everything you're picking up in a journal, if that is the best way for you to work. If you're working with a client, again, it's a spread, it may release things, so you may want to offer follow-up meetings and check in with them to make sure that they're okay if it's unblocking lots of things, lots of emotions and thoughts about issues that happened during childhood. So first of all, you can ask is, how does your inner child feel? What was missing in your childhood? How do you feel your childhood affects you now? What you can do to help your inner child, what you can do to heal your inner child, and your message from your inner child. And then you can also pull the shadow card, which I always do. Always gives me a better understanding of the energies around the whole spread. So first of all, how does your inner child feel? Well, the Five of Cups is perhaps a feeling of being left, of, there's a bit of wistfulness or sadness there, of moving on. And there's a general feeling of feeling quite lonely, I feel, with this card. So it feels like there's been something left behind, perhaps something that was missing. Which leads us on to the next question. What was missing in your childhood? Now, the Four of Cups is about options usually and energy, but I feel when we look at what was missing down here, it feels like a mother figure that was to give love, and perhaps this may lead us to that there was a death in the childhood where the energy was moved away, and also just feels like the child is very much on their own. So perhaps there was lack of options, lack of choices, and the roots seem to be up here. So it's like there perhaps wasn't the rootedness of childhood. And also there's a feeling of not knowing what direction you're going in. So perhaps there was a lack of help during the childhood. So how do you feel your childhood affects you now? The Three of Swords is about hurt, sadness, pain, loss, and it's sort of quite an emotionally negative card. But it's a lot of thoughts as well. So they may be carrying the thoughts from their childhood into new relationships, avoiding connection because of the hurt and the loss that they felt, even though they were felt quite young, which I feel is signified by the Three Small Swords. They led to bigger thoughts with the larger swords that are around, or that they were affected as well, childhood to adult. What can you do to help your inner child? Well, I feel that this is grounding. I know it's the Wands, but it just feels like this one's up in the air. So it feels like it's to sort of give the security on the ground. And also the Two of Wands is also, it's almost like saying you're nearly there. You've got what it takes, and that you need perhaps a little bit more direction and that push to get you from the Two of Wands to the next card, the Three of Wands. So it also feels like bringing the security in, the self-confidence in, and letting the child know that it's safe now to take action on the dreams, that the brokenness is in the past. So, and then what can you do to heal your inner child? And I feel it's really working with this energy. It's sort of saying, this may have happened, it's in the past, but you are moving forward. So it's sort of take the lessons from the past, but don't let these lessons mark the future forward, that, allow the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune to turn and bring new happiness in. The orange is sort of saying that there's a lot of happiness and healing coming in. And then the message from the inner child, I feel it's this one, the message is saying that it's almost like trying to move these sad emotions out and bring in that happy feeling from the family. I mean, the Ten of Cups is all about family cards, but I feel that this is coming in saying the message from the inner child is that all these wonderful, fulfilling emotions can be filled by yourself. Regardless of this, it is time to step forward and bring in the shadow card, which is all about healing. The shadow card, the star, is all about sort of bringing new, letting go of the old and bringing new in. So I feel that those messages go together. You can reach this state, you still can have this happiness by sort of putting these emotions in the past, bringing yourself confidence and security, and knowing that this was sort of a part of life and you can move on, things are moving on, and that you can be open up to the healing and the letting go of the old to allow the new in. And I feel so your inner child is asking you to bring some more happiness in. So then you can write about how this makes you feel, write about what you think about the spread, ask how to get to this, how to let happiness in more, for your inner child. This is the message from the child that's wanting to be fed more happiness, and you can ask, how do I do that? So you can keep going deeper and deeper and asking more questions on the layers. So how do I bring more happiness in? And I feel the Queen of Wands is a beautiful card. The Queen of Wands is all about really stepping up into your energy, believing in your passion, being happy in your skin, not worrying about what other people think. It's the real sort of diva, real strong. It's time to spread your wings and fly. So there's full of passion, love, creativity. And so I feel she's just saying, you know, step into your energy. And interestingly enough, as I've picked that card up, the shadow card then comes up as the Queen of Cups. So I feel with love, passion, creativity, self-belief, you bring this love into your life, and that will counterbalance these the lack of the emotions that are here. I hope that's helped and you've enjoyed that spread.